Oh, yours?
Yeah.
Well, Jet and I are about to embark on one of the fishing trips of a lifetime out at Airlie Beach. But of course, had to pop in a tackle world first. We got ourselves some goodies, didn't we, mate?
Let's go home.
Well, Jet, it is a stunning day. We've come out with the team at Quest, and I can see on the sounder there are fish literally from 20 metres to 60 metres. What are your thoughts?
Mate, you don't know how pumped I am. Let's get these lines in the water.
Absolutely, bit of jigging. Seriously, my jig box weighed 5 kilos when I checked in at Qantas. Bit of excess baggage, but it's all worth it. Let's do it, mate.
Let's do it.
Who's going to hook up first, I wonder?
Me,
and how
because
big...
I'm in the water first.
Oh, good point. And how big will it be?
25 kgs.
And the good thing about these jigs too, you don't have to rip them really, really hard because they're a flutter jig, a koika, a storm koika. You can give them a little lift and they'll just flutter back down. So it's pretty easy compared to some jigging, mate. Yep. Oh, Jetty boy!
Oh, I'm not even on the bottom.
Oh, that was literally, I didn't even wind, I lifted once.
Mate, I'm not on the bottom. That's so unfair.
Well, you know what? There's that old dog, new tricks. It's not a monster, Jet. You haven't missed out too much. You're doing all right. Let it flutter. Go. Oh, yes, you're on. Yep. Oh, hang on. That's big dog. That is big dog. Hold on, Jetty.
Far out.
You told me you had a lot of energy before.
I did.
You better show me. Oh, you're still there. Oh, he's pulled. Go again, just nice and slow. Let it down again.
Far out.
That was big, Jet. That was big. Here's mine. That is a beautiful smallmouth nanagai. These things are just sensational. All these red fish in these parts are beautiful. To catch these on jigs is epic. One time I actually caught them cubing off the back of the boat. They were free swimming in 40 metres of water. That's the thing about fishing. You just think you've seen it all and then something new pops up. Look at that. The old storm did the job. So we're dropping these 150 gram storm koika jigs to the bottom, and you'll see we've done a beautiful little assist hook here with an optical swivel and 2 split rings. The reason for that is you get great swivelage. It actually makes a bit of noise as well and rattles. And the good thing, if you're catching fish with teeth, they're not going to bite through the swivel, so it actually acts as a trace as well. It's a really cool way of rigging these.
It's in the reef.
Go, Jetty. Come on, mate. Get in there. Go. Short pumps. Wind down. That's it. Good boy.
He just grew. Shark. Shark.
Shark. We've just got to bust this up, but unfortunately Jet got sharked. You can see by these massive head thumps there. And that's why you've got to stop them as quick as you can, mate. So Jet, I reckon I've got this out of the shark. Go. It's all yours. I don't know if you got a fish. Ah, you got part of a fish.
I got half of one.
Well, if you wondered what you caught, mate, that was it. I'd say that's a
It's a
short fin trevally. And as I said in that famous ad many years ago, my legs, I can't feel my legs. It's a dog-eat-dog world. What happens is the fish is in distress, shark takes this opportunity, but mate, at least you know it's hooked.
Yeah, it's good to know.
You got heads going back, and I got a beautiful eating fish for dinner. Well done, mate. Interesting fact, the beautiful Whitehaven Beach in the Whitsundays is known as Australia's #1 beach and rated as the 5th best beach in the world. You're on?
I thought I had a fish on.
You were. You're on.
Oh.
Did you think you had a fish on, Jet?
Yeah, but it was you putting the cushion on.
Well, I just had a feeling you're going to get one. That's it. Just explain about the cushion, what it is and what it does.
It's pretty much just stops the end of your rod butt from digging into your groin, and it helps so much. It's a big bit of foam and just slips on, and now I can get this fish off the bottom quite easily.
Yeah, that rod butt hurts a bit, doesn't it, mate?
Sure does.
I reckon you might have a small trevally here. What do you think?
Well, I can't see it.
Yeah, I can see it. We got nanagai, I reckon. Jetty Reef!
Whoa!
You are the man. That is
A small
absolute
nanagai.
truck.
Hey, look at that
That
thing.
is a truck. You know what? Halfway up, I actually thought you might have a nanny. You know why?
Because it ate off the bottom?
Ate off the bottom, and then it sort of did that hard fight, and then come out, and I can actually feel its stomach is rock hard. And that's because it's got barotrauma. It's actually blown up on the way, so this fish wouldn't release very well at all. His eyes have actually blown up as well. So when you bring a fish from these depths, no point letting it go. You're wasting your time. Did you ever think the old storm jigs could be this effective on bottom species, trevally, etc.
No, I didn't, but it's sure is working a treat.
And how much fun is it? Just
It's so
jig,
good.
jig, bang! This is unbelievable, literally blowing my mind. Well, this morning we've got an incredible episode of TV. There were literally fish coming in everywhere, some of the biggest sharks I've ever seen. And then Jetty got his chance out the back. We've just caught some beautiful fish. Because the sun is starting to set, it's important we get to the reef and find safe anchorage for the night. But the night is not over, because plenty of good stuff happens at the reef too, and you're about to see it.
Dad and the boys are just enjoying a few refreshments, but as far as I'm concerned, I'll be fishing here till sunrise.
Just in case you
Yup! Yup! Oh yes, I'm on! In the lagoon!
We've literally been at the anchorage for 60 seconds.
Oh, I've already got him! It's a tusk fish!
That is so cool, Jet. Oh my goodness me. How long have you been fishing? A minute?
I'd give it a minute, yeah.
Look at that. So it's a Venus tusk fish?
Yes, I believe so.
Can I ask the question? It's not a blue bone,
No,
and it's not a bulging groper.
definitely not.
They all look the same to me. Jet, I believe these are about as good as fish eat.
I agree.
We've got a small problem though.
What's that?
We've only got one meal to have tonight. We've got a lot of quality fish. You might have to stop fishing, mate.
Never.
Yeah, good point. Well, this is Caden Kerr. He's the decky aboard this magnificent ship. Now, I've never seen anyone fillet fish like you, mate.
I've been doing it for a few years now, starting to get the hang of it.
There's no pressure at all. Can you please fillet this beautiful smallmouth natter we caught earlier with that Victory knife?
I certainly can, Paul.
This seriously is like watching an artist at work. So, cut down there, then through the guts. Look at this for absolute art. Now, do you like the knife, mate? You seem pretty impressed today?
Yep, it's sharper than mine.
That is so good. So then run all the way down the dorsal there. And does this work with all these snapper-shaped fish?
It does. Most of these reef species, all this shape,
Yep.
fillet them a very similar way.
Straight through. Now you're just running down to the top of the rib cage, obviously.
Yep, just follow the bones down there, flip it over.
So why'd you flip it over?
Just keeping the fillet on the other side keeps the fish sort of the same shape, makes
Yep.
it easier to follow the backbone
There is
down this
nothing
side.
worse, hey, you take the fillet off, then you got this big lump.
Makes it very hard to finish.
Look at that. So now, do you actually work over the ribs?
I do, yeah. So I'll cut away the meat there,
Yep.
attach it there, come up there and just straight over the top of the rib cage. That should slide
I
off.
tell you what you've just done there makes me look like an absolute butcher. How beautiful is that? In saying that, I don't think you're the best filleter. I think it's the knife, mate.
It's the knife doing all the work.
Yeah, let me ever go. I think you figure it's not the knife, it's the man. Unbelievable.
Now you might wonder what I'm doing. This is a mackerel we caught earlier today, and down there is a Queensland groper, which is the biggest reef-dwelling fish in the world, and I think he's about to eat. He's making his mind or he's gonna turn. It's a big fish. In America, they have a species called a Goliath groper, which doesn't get quite as big. He's coming up. He's looking. Oh! That was the best. This is the best fun I've ever had. That is so good.
Interesting fact, in the 2016 census, Airlie Beach had a population of just 1,208 people. What an epic night on the Great Barrier Reef last night. There was a few shenanigans, squid getting caught, big groper, some fish. It was absolutely unbelievable. A great night's sleep, hot coffee this morning. We're into the fishing again. We've woken up to some different conditions, but Luke has a plan, and guess what? It involves more fish.
Oh, I've done myself a mischief.
Have you? Yeah. That's quality. Everything tastes better at sea, trust me. But I'm going back here because I'm sure I'm going to have an egg explosion. But Jenny has caught a little red throat. This feels much the same, but a bit more kick when it first come off the bottom, so I'm hoping for the goods. Oh yes.
What do you got
And this
there?
is what we love to see. A beautiful trout. Look at the colours on that thing. I'll just get rid of all my gear here. Look just how beautiful and orange that fish is. It's amazing when you figure out how coral trout actually got their name. The first Englishman to come to Australia named a lot of the fish after the fish they were used to catching back home. And because of these beautiful spots on the back, it actually reminded them of their trout from the freshwater. So they thought coral, trout, and that's how he got his name. Tell you what, this one, I'm gonna eat it whole by myself. Yes, that's a good one. Go, Jetty. That's a nice fish, mate. That's good, mate. I reckon that could be a red, mate, or a big trout. I'm going to put my rod and reel down so I can help you, mate.
Yes!
This is a really nice fish. Jet's been working hard. If you work hard, eventually things will come your way. It's white. It could be red. It's a red throat! Oh, that
Reef. Fish? Reef.
was a fish. And now it's reef. We had me in the reef. Now I think I've got him. Let's see how big the fish was that actually put me in the reef. I don't think it's a monster, but it's very hard to tell because it's a bit rough. And this rod is an absolute brute. What do we got here? I can see colour. It looks... Oh!
Trouter!
P-Dub is on his game. And that is why it had me in the reef, because they live in the reef, these things. Coral trout. Now that looks like a common coral trout, I believe, but not so common for my boy, because he ain't catching him and I am. Sorry, mate. Today's rig, it's unique. Sinker on the bottom, 40-pound line. That is designed to break if we get snagged. That is attached to my shark band Zeppelin. That is actually a shark deterrent. Then I've got a 100-pound line. That runs up for about 3 feet to my first dropper and only dropper with a beautiful 8.0 Gamakatsu circle look. Then up to a swivel so we can change the rig nice and easily. Interesting fact, parts of the movie Fool's Gold starring Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson were filmed in the Whitsundays.
We're about to drop on a very nice lump in 45 metres of water, and Luke says there's some very nice fish on it.
Even though a lot of people think you just drop big baits to the bottom and you're just sort of hoping with a bit of luck, there's quite a bit of skill and technique involved here. You get the small picker fish come through, they'll bite, do not strike. You've got to wait for that big fish to come through, grab the rod tip and literally pull it down. That's when you get your solid fish.
That's good.
That's a good bite, Jet. Oh yeah, well done, mate.
Yep.
Good fish, get him up, get him up. Good boy. That was really well done the way you struck him, eh? Oh yeah, it's a solid fish, mate. You might even need a hand getting that over the side, I reckon. Oh, up, but it's not going to be from me. I got so many little bites there, mate.
Same here.
And I just kept trying and trying. I reckon you might have a nice trout there. I don't know for sure. There he is.
Oh, I got a big red throat.
That's a good fish, mate. Good fish. What have I got coming up here?
I reckon you might
That's
have
red.
One. Oh, it's red.
It's red. Oh, it's the
little
cutest
red.
little red emperor you've ever seen in your life. Are you right getting him over the side?
Yep.
Look at this. Cute as. These things are so amazing. You right, mate?
Yep.
Look at the coloration on that red emperor. When they're small, they tend to have those stripes that are much more prominent than when they get bigger. They slowly lose them. Mate, that's
a big red throat.
It's a big red throat. Jet is supporting the belly now of this fish because it's better for the fish in it, mate.
Sure is.
And I think we might even let this one go,
Yeah.
even though probably one of the most underrated eating fish on the reef.
Yeah, I'd give it to him.
Absolutely, they literally are sensational. No one even knows about them. This one's going back, that's why we're looking after it. This one's going back because it's an absolute cutie. And the best thing too, these guys don't suffer from barotrauma, so we know he's going to live. Well done, mate.
Thanks. Decent.
That's a real one. Oh, that's a real one, Jet.
Yep.
Stay down, you might get bit. Oh, this is a serious fish. And I've got a few little picky bites. And then I just waited, Jet, and waited.
Yeah. Oh,
You got one too?
I have one.
They just come through, but he was really mucking around a lot, eh? So I just had to wait and wait, and that's the key with these circle hooks. What do we got here?
I think it might be a big trout, Paul.
Is it a red, mate?
Oh, it's a red. It sure
it's a
is.
shark
There's
behind it, big shark.
Get it up, get it up.
That's a nice fish, Jetty. If you can grab the rod,
All good.
I'll do my best to swing this fish over. It's a cracker.
Oh, wow.
Holy snapping red emperor. I'm going to grab this fish properly, Jet. Look at that.
That is a great fish.
That is the reason you come to this part of the world. Just got to grab him properly, so it's a big fish. Now, that's probably the ultimate prize when it comes to reef fishing out in this area. And we come out this morning with a plan after an incredible night in the anchorage last night. How good was
That
that?
was so cool.
That groper.
Oh, he was big.
He was big, but we come out this morning hoping to get a nice feed of fish because we're going to be out here for a couple of days. And it doesn't get any better than coral trout and red emperor. That literally is probably the highlight of my day, apart from spending some fishing time with you. Seriously, you got to come and do a fishing trip with these guys. Quest Angling Expeditions, they'll put you onto fish like this.